Mike Gill, State of Corruption. I want to go through what's happening right now. This is as close to a reality series as you're going to see. And it's happening as we speak. I've done many videos, and I've done them over the years, and I've shown you how I was moving it. I called it the art of war. I was moving through depositions, courts, criminally. And I was moving all these pieces to get to this moment, only to find out these departments in itself was complicit in working with the criminals in these states. Well, now we're getting close, real close, to the point where I have to be silenced. So I want you to understand where we are. As you know, we were in a lawsuit with Aganos, Cruz, and Griner. Right? We called them drug dealers. I called them drug dealers, money launderers. And I still say that's the truth. Now, Shaheen and Gordon. I have said Bill Shaheen and Gordon are the key players in the corruption of your whole state. To the point where it's these people who drive fear, along with these drug dealers, in the citizens of the state, and the officials in the state, and their business partners with the politicians. Now, let me tell you where we are. Judge Delker, we were in for a protective order. You've seen the video. I went to recuse Shaheen and Gordon because I told the judge that they were corrupt. And I've got exhibits and proof that I've given him in supplemental Anders, Judge Delker. Hard evidence, sworn testimony. Right. Shaheen and Gordon, I'll step through it with you. That's why they're on the case. Gordon and Bill Shaheen, the protection of corruption through the state that involves them, along with these people. So, this is the 6th week of waiting for Judge Delker on the recusal of Shaheen, but most importantly, the protection of our witnesses. That we gave him an outline, what they would bring, and a suggestion who they are. 6 weeks. These people need protection. You know what's happening? Shaheen and Gordon are pressing us for the information. The clerk of courts, give us the witnesses. We want their names. We want their telephone numbers. We didn't hear from the DEA. It's been 3 weeks. We didn't hear from the FBI. Any of you want to protect these witnesses? You know why we didn't hear? Because they've been complicit the whole time. Right. Which is why I got to go now. Because I put them in a spot they can't win. We played chess. We got them in check. They move, they're dead. So you know what they're doing? They're not moving. They're taking our witnesses. I lost 4 witnesses that they won't speak just last week. Because the fear of what's going on. You think that they're not intimidated? The fact that it's 6 weeks and they're not being threatened? Of course they are. These are the supplemental answers that we set these criminals up with. Hard evidence that will put them in jail and make a change throughout your state. Exhibit E. Maria Pizzuto. Lisa Tracy. This is hard information, text messages that's saying it's corrupt. Mike, there is all powerful big firms. I told you these law firms. She's a lawyer. She's the one who did the narrative for this. All the ones you have sued are connected to the judiciary. Current judges. This is a closed network protecting the corrupt. It's theirs. That's the corruption in the courtroom. Why do you think the other judges recused themselves and now Delker and I'm back into Brentwood? You remember? I was in Brentwood with Anderson last week. You know what Anderson wants? You know what they want? They want my financials. You know, they want to know if they push me to the brink. No money, no fight. See? They want to know. Now I've got another, so Anderson gave me 7 days. So on the 5th, which is next Friday, you know where I'm at? Exactly 7 days in his courtroom. Right? No place to go. And if I don't give them the information, they put me in jail. See? That's how it works. And you put you in jail, there's a good chance I'll have a heart attack. All right. So this explains the criminality from this. This goes into what was happening. This is hard evidence and witnesses. See? That involves Shaheen. Exhibit F. Dalla Sedgwick, she was my attorney. She's afraid for her life. Maria Pursuto's afraid for her life. Ted Little's afraid for his life. I am being psychologically, financially tortured. She was in hiding in Oklahoma, afraid of her life. She was a well-respected attorney, as Pursuto was. So was Little. And what are all these people afraid for their lives? Now, these could be witnesses in another exhibit. Now, this one's big. Delker can't turn around. I'm telling you right now, Shaheen and Gordon is off the case. That's why it's taking 6 weeks. They're trying to steal the evidence and go after the witnesses. I have a communication with those text messages from Ted Little, Exhibit H, right? Exhibit H is, you see those text messages that threatened to murder my kids? You see those text messages that I went to jail for? That was Ted Little. Ted Little was working with Steve Gordon. Remember how Little said the evidence was destroyed and so forth? Who do you think had the evidence? Gordon. These are communications between Steve Gordon and Ted Little. And Ted Little is the one who texted and said it was all corrupt, and he's afraid. He wanted to turn around and not help me until his kids got on a plane. That's how afraid he was. You see? This goes all the way back to Delker. And then I submitted this with the supplement. You ready? The $50 million offer. Right. And their releases that they wanted. See? And remember who we had on this? The banking department. We have Shaheen and Gordon. We got R.P. Saunders. We got Bill Shaheen himself asking for a release. 2.5 years ago. Not like it was 10 years ago. That Gordon would have you try to tell you. Now understand the importance. With this information, they want to force to get these witnesses out. These witnesses want to come forwards. They want to change their state. One of them is a gentleman who lost their son to heroin. He wants to come forwards. But they can't come forwards if they're not protected. I can't ask them to lose their lives. And they're trying to take them. Now you think of all the crime that's gone on in this state in the last year. It's going to get worse. This puts them in check. Why do you think we haven't heard from anybody, including Delker? Because they know they're going to jail. So I'm telling you, I figure I got about 10 days. See, they're going to run a presidential election through here. They're not going to get those faces on the sign. Hey, you know what? As soon as I beat their ass, then I may take their faces off. Now I got other fish to fry. Now I'm going to keep frying them. But don't tell me to do it. See? All right, Mike Gill, State of Corruption.